Yeah! Yay! Welcome back to Rise of the Golden Idol. I'm so excited. All right, let's check the time. I have 2 hours or so to play, right? Yeah, about 2 hours. We will probably not finish this in 2 hours, I assume, because there's so much big brain involved. But we'll finish it on Saturday. But let's get started now. I'm so excited to play it. Oh my gosh, I forgot there's 2 more DLC coming also. Oh my god, this one, I'm blocking it, but like, I'm still blocking it. But this is like a headless woman. So like a ghost maybe? Right? I don't know. But Q2, that's now. You're telling me we get this and this in like a short amount of time? That's so cool. Alright. This one, we're playing the Lemurian Phoenix. Let's do it. Prepare for the strange saga of the Lemurian Phoenix, in which ancient prophecies, divine revelations, and royal decrees shape history. I'm also going to swap between both sides of the screen, depending on what we're looking at. The silhouette is good. Welcome to Lemuria. Oh my gosh. There's 5 chapters, plus probably a final chapter, like a way to bring it all together chapter. So yeah, we're not finishing today, but let's go! Royal blood! Celebrations turned sour at Tickor Palace. I don't remember a lot of the stuff that we've done previously. But I'm sure it's all related. Okay. Alrighty. Let's begin. What's happening? Your king loves you. Don't forget to tune in to 104.9 FM for His Highness's solstice speech on Monday. Oh no. Goodbye, goodbye. Off we go, driver. Alright. Hold on, let me bring the mic closer to me. Okay, hold on. So I can see the screen. Okay. Alrighty. The old fart edited out all my best turns of phrase and replaced them with played out cliches. This actually is going to sound so pathetic. When I'm queen, I'll give the public something to tune in for. Okay. Give it a rest, sis. You're as much chance of wearing that crown as the sun does of rising in the west. I'm next. Get over it. Are these the heirs? The heirs to the throne? Well, look who's dashing off as soon as their section's been recorded. Good riddance then. More grub for many. You're invited. Dear Mr. Labop. That's a good name. Is this JFK? I hope not, but maybe. You are cordially invited to attend the King's renowned summer solstice celebration at Tickor Palace. The festivities will run for 24 hours, commencing at 4 p.m. on Saturday with traditional dancing in the hall at both sunset and sunrise, and refreshments on the balcony throughout. Naturally, His Highness will be occupied in meetings with his various advisors, fine-tuning and recording the sections of his speech they have each written, ahead of the national radio broadcast. However, his 2 charming children will be available to represent the family. Sincerely, Tickor Palace. Oh yeah, so they are the heirs, but he's older and she's second. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. What is going on? Alright, King Lutri Manzek. Becca, really? It's now well past my meeting time. Why can't you just let me in? Your Highness, happy summer solstice. I hope you will enjoy this fine champagne. Oh my god. Okay. Outside visitor protocol. Arrival. Mrs. Shabak will meet you at the outer gates. I love these pictures. From there, she will take you through security and into the waiting hall. Next. Oh, when His Majesty is ready for you, he will call for Mrs. Shabak to let you into the cabinet. Departure. When His Majesty is finished with you, he will call for Mrs. Shabak to let you out. Okay. She will then escort you either off the palace grounds if you're not attending the celebration, or back to the hall or balcony if you are. Okay, this makes perfect sense. It looks really scary and complicated because there's a lot of text, but it actually is a very normal thing. Basically, he must always have an escort throughout going into the palace. That's all it's saying. Please be patient. I'm only following the orders His Highness gave me when his last meeting ended. He clearly stated that he will tell us when he is ready and that I am not to disturb him until then. Oh my god, there's so many words. Meetings in cabinet. Evening. Meeting 1, Princess Leva. Meeting 2, High Guardian. Meeting 3, Justice Minister. Midnight meeting, Intelligence Director. Morning meeting, Prince Zarek, First Sentinel, Propaganda Chief. Wait, so who's this guy? He didn't sign his card. Rookie mistake. Oh, Kiki is so good. I love Kiki. Is that your first time watching it? Place gift here. What the fuck? No guns or knives. Wait. Place gift here. So, like, he would put his gift there and then walk through the security? But then they wouldn't... How would they do security on the gift then? Lauren Manzek. Why does he look exactly like this man? Okay. Oh boy. Where is the entrance? King's quarters that way. Hall. Balcony. Into this hallway we are in. What is that? This? Maybe? The security checkpoint? And then King's cabinet. Princess quarters. Princess quarters. Bastard's probably spent more money reframing those paintings of his vanity and his predecessors than I'll earn all year. Orders for Tristan Zeldorf. Guard cabinet door through solstice celebrations. No one is to enter or leave unless ushered by Mrs. S. If ever you must leave your post, for example, a bathroom break, ensure one of the other guards covers for you. Keep close eye on visitors waiting in hall. The man is holding a loaded rifle with a bayonet. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's the gift. You watched it once a long time ago. Oh, but so now you're watching it for the first time as a grown person. It's different. Also, thank you. I love this sweater. If it looks like colors, but there's a face on it. And if you look at the back, this guy is happy. This guy's sad. The guy on my butt is sad. It is the DLC. This is DLC number 2. Of course he is a face. I know. Alright. Oh no! A murder? In my murder mystery game? Poor butt guy. Always the butt of the jokes. Yeah, this sweater, you thought it was just fun, but turns out there's a whole story. Alright, dead guy. Alrighty. King Vanto Manzek. King Orant Manzek. A murder has occurred! Your Highness, here is the section I prepared for your solstice speech. Resolve. The day Lemurians shy away from bold decisions, we are finished as a society. That is why the orders I have given recently do not disturb me. Until I tell you I am ready to end our struggle for unity, you must all embrace it. Ruh-roh. A sword. This cloth with blurred and this yellow ribbon. Not a sword, a dagger or whatever. Yellow ribbon. I'm gonna look at the dead guy last. Oh my god, there are so many things to click on. Alrighty. Medium-sized vase of flowers. Oh my goodness. He got so many gifts and one of them was death. A large vase of flowers. What are these mussels? A bronze statuette. A bejeweled ornamental egg. Small vase. A bejeweled ornamental frog. Nice! A frog! An Xbox? I'm just kidding. I remember this from the other chapters. A bottle of wine. Ancient Lemurian seal. That's where they store, when the golden idol takes personalities out of bodies, they store it in there. What is the guy's name? This guy? Something Manzek. I don't know. Tea and crumpets. There are 2 tea placements. So somebody was here. And then did they sneak into this little door after they murdered him? But then... Oh my god. Unlock trapdoor. But then won't they know exactly who killed him? Because in order to come into the building, he'd have to get escorted by that lady. And then she brought him here. And then he never comes out. And there's an obvious trapdoor. Wouldn't she know then who killed him? A murder? What I really want for my birthday is a bejeweled ornamental jewel. Alright. This man is not breathing. Oh, there's no more to look at? Okay, so he came from here, made his way downtown to here. Interesting. Drum, thank you for... Wow, 6 months in advance for a tier 3. Whoa! Wow, thank you for 40 months. Have a good lurk. Thank you for being here. That's so nice. I hope we didn't do it. I hope we didn't murder this guy. Interesting. The window is locked from the inside. Well, yeah, I would imagine, because he escaped through the trapdoor. So, alright. Names. Name names. That means this guy is an imposter. Because... Wait, actually, I don't know if that's true. Whatever. Alright. How would one lock a window from the outside? I don't know. Is it the ground floor or are they up above? I don't know, actually. As blank blanked his blank. Blank killed him with a blank from a blank. Afterwards, the killer blanked the body. Moved the body. Because he was killed here. And then brought here. To escape, blah blah, blah to the blah, and blah it for blah blah, who then blah the killer blah. Wait. I mean, it's probably unlocked the trapdoor. And blanked it for blank, who then blank the killer blank, whatever. Okay, whatever. We're gonna take a second from that one, and we're gonna do this first. Okay. Becca Shabak is this person. Oops. Hold on. Now you can see the words. Okay. Becca. Wait. Becca Shabak. And then Manzek are these two because they are the children. I assume, but I could be wrong. Let me actually investigate. His Majesty. Manzek. I think it's he, a Manzek also, perhaps. Orders for Triskin Zeldorf. Guard cabinet door. Through solstice celebrations. No one's to enter or leave unless ushered. If you ever must leave your post. Okay, Triskin Zeldorf is this man, right? Zeldorf. Alright. You are who again? Well, I guess we can check her meeting schedule, right? So... what time is it? Who are you? Leva is the name of the princess. So her name is Leva. Leva Manzek. You're a guy. You're more grub for many. Are you many? Dear Mr. Labop. Is your name Labop? Who are you people? Are you many Labop? These names are wild. Okay. Let me see. Who are you? The murderer? Actually, yeah, because look, if you see this fabric and then go here, there's the fabric. So I think this outfit was his. He gets stabbed. The guy removes it and wears the other outfit, not bloody, right? So I think that's the murderer. The guards have the fabric. Of these polka dots. It looks a little different. Hold on. Because this one is like the green polka dots, and this one is like not colored in. But this one is... oh. This is the colored in one. But then you can see like arts and crafts over here. So he already has this speech. Oh, it's his curtain. It's the curtain. Okay, yeah. So the curtain was around him. Is it possible that the guy took the curtain and then arts and crafts it so it looked not weird? Because this doesn't mean, like, blood being on it doesn't necessarily mean anything other than it was laid on top of this. But here's the other question. Why is this homie putting this in the trash can? There's no better way to get rid of it? I don't understand. No daggers allowed. Wait, so then how did he get the dagger here? I think that's the question, right? Somebody planted the dagger before everything happened. And then he was able to get the dagger inside. Why throw it away inside the crime scene? Exactly, exactly. So I will have to look at that again later, the map. Okay. Oh, so maybe this is talking about this guy in the truck, right? Oh shit. I get the breaking news alerts. I won't bring it up now, like detail, but I got a breaking news alert and it's crazy. Breaking news about a guy. Okay. All right. Wah! Oh, my arms are sore. Well, look who's dashing off as soon as their section's been recorded. Good riddance. So that means that they recorded a session with this guy. The old fart edited out all my best turns of phrase and replaced them with played out cliches. My section's going to sound pathetic. So then I'm trying to figure out based on this schedule what that means. Her meeting came first. She gave like adjustment or notes for a speech and then it was taken out. So it looks like it's day. So it's probably one of these. Prince Zarek. Oh my god. Zarek. So this is probably the propaganda chief. And the first sentinel killed him? Does that make sense? It's well past my meeting time. How do I know who you are, sir? Who are you? Hi, Mario. What's up? Let me think. Oh, they could be names of just roles, too. Okay, so if I do propaganda chief. Wait, maybe that's not true. Let's see, what time is it? Day. It is day. This could be wrong, though. Your king loves you. Okay, so it does look like then I need to figure out who... Like, okay. What did he say again? He has as much chance of wearing the crown as the sun does of rising in the west. I'm next. Get over it. Next for meetings or next in line? The long shadows. I know, it kind of makes me feel like it's not morning and it's early evening, but I could be wrong. Oh, totally fine, Mario. Don't get spoilies if you don't need spoilies. Wait. Do long shadows mean morning or night? I feel like it means night. Kai, hello. Thank you for the 72-month resub. Hello. When you get to the case, I'm only doing probably 1 or 2 chapters. Well, I guess it depends on how long they take me. So you're all good. This is only a short stream today. Okay. Because it's not midnight. For sure. He says it's way past his meeting time. Later in the day? Okay, that's what I thought too. Oh my god, it's an exact 6 years. Oh my god, I did not even math that math. Kai, happy 6-year anniversary. Oh my god. That's nuts. 6 years. Is that real math? Hi, Guardian. Well, she's pissed, right? So I feel like she just had her meeting and that's why she's so mad. So maybe the High Guardian is the one who's in there and the Justice Minister is this guy. And then the murderer is the High Guardian. Now what's this guy's name? Is it Lucci? What does this guy look like? Hold on. This is not helpful. They all look the same. I guess we look at the buildings. Or the outfit. Let's see. There's orange glasses here. So maybe it's whichever guy has orange glasses. Nobody. Nobody! Alright, alright. Let me think. What other clues can we clue? Here is the section I have prepared. Okay. Place a gift here. I mean, this guy's face is round, right? Is this gonna be helpful information? Is your face round? Kind of. These guys just look so young. Whew. Bye, Soul. See you next time. Have a good rest of your day / night. That's 2019. Gross. Gross. Whoa! Whoa! How long have I been able to do this in this video game? How long have I been able to do that? This whole time? Oh my god. I could have looked closer. Oh my god, you could do it to the pictures too? Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. Oh my god. Enhance. This is like Rock Lee taking off the weights. Was this in the main game? I don't know. I have no idea. Alright, so we've got this curtain, right? This dagger, or whatever. Yellow ribbon. Oops. Now that I can do that. Ah, yellow ribbon! And it was taped here. Wait, remember the princess was like, they cut out my parts of the speech. Someone physically cut out the piece of that was recorded and taped it together, like the splice. Which is why the note here is like, this is the speech you need to be doing. So there's the... What a sloppy thing, though. You just put the evidence in the trash can? That's wild. Okay. And the curtain. I wonder if the dagger is just from this, because it looks like he's supposed to be holding something. I wonder if it was just right here. Does that look like bronze? It kind of does look like bronze. So then who gave him this gift? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gifts. So whoever gave him this gift hid the murder weapon in there so that it could get through security. Because for security, you don't have the gifts go through here. You leave them on the side. I think that's how they got it in. Okay. I still have questions, but I think that's... Okay, yeah. Excellent. We're big brain over here. Okay, so we solved the maybe with the dagger. We solved maybe what happened here. Oh, let me go actually back to this guy. There are no clues on them. It's tune in for the solstice speech on Monday. Wait, and then where's the schedule? Oh, so it hasn't happened yet. It commences 4 p.m. on Saturday. It goes 24 hours. So this hasn't happened yet, then. If the festivity is going on now, we are not yet at Monday. There is traditional dancing in the hall at sunset and sunrise. So that's not right now. He is fine-tuning and recording sections of his speech ahead of the broadcast. So that's... Okay. Okay. I understand the situation. However, the fuck is this guy's name? I kind of feel like it's this man. What is this? Where's Lutri? Lutri. No! I got it all wrong. Okay. I think it could also just be them, because if the propaganda chief Wait. What is your deal? Not even just 1 or 2 wrong. I know. So he is bringing champagne. Wait, okay. Well, so the reason why I kind of feel like, oh my god, I keep clicking the wrong stuff, that this is like propaganda chief is because when you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 presents. This will be present 9. He should have only 6 presents, right? But let me try this. First Sentinel. I actually don't know if this is true. Hold on a second. Oh! Yes, I do think it's true. My thought was really more about the first Sentinel. Like, I wasn't 100% sure if this guy was the first Sentinel because it's possible he could be somebody else. But anyways, it worked out. Yay! Big brain, big brain, big brain. Okay, so this we have now. Let's see what we can solve here. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. Beep. Ta-da. As blank blanked his blank first Sentinel. First Sentinel killed him with a dagger from a gift. Statuette. From a statuette. Afterwards, the killer moved the body. To escape, the first Sentinel unlocked the trapdoor. No, I actually don't know that's true. I actually don't think this is true. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Ow. Ow. How are you supposed to get the king's name? I looked because it says King Lutri. I guess it's all king. But he just seemed like the one. That's all it is. I don't know if there's a more logical way to do that one, but anyway. Okay, so as Lutri Manzek edited his speech. First Sentinel killed him with a dagger from a statuette. I'm not even positive it's the first Sentinel. But anyway. Afterwards, the killer moved the body. To escape... Here, let's go in the room. To escape, blah, blah, blah. Blank the blank. And blanked it for... blank. Who then... blank the killer blank. Oh, my tater tots. You know what would make me solve this faster is if I had brain food in the shape of tater tots. Everybody knows that doing a detective puzzle means you need a snack. Duh. Okay. Now I can actually think. Boop. The window is locked. I'm okay. Where I'm stuck right now is I think there maybe are 2 bad guys. I'm trying Nancy Drew so many snacks, all of those crispy whatever bars. I'm just eating tater tots. Let me think. I feel like there are 2 bad guys in this scenario. This is Murder Scrabble or Murder Mad Libs, yeah. Oh my god, I have an idea. I have an idea. Let's look at the map. Okay. This is this hallway, right? What is this? Is that this? It says checkpoint, but this makes me feel like it's this. Okay. No, but then the door is on the other side, so you have to move this over, like flip this map around, right? No. Or are we in the hall? God damn it. Where are we? Is there a balcony over here? No. Okay. So we're not over here. We are... Is there a balcony over here? Hold on. I do not know. Okay. We need to figure out where we are. Because would this be considered the king's quarters? Or the king's cabinet? Hold on. I'm onto something here. Should take you through security into the waiting hall. That's what this is. He will call to be let into the cabinet. Okay. So then this is the cabinet. So yeah, we do have to flip this over. If we flip that over... This is where we are. We need to figure out where the trapdoor goes. Because here's the thing. If the trapdoor is on the same side as the cabinet, then it might be going into the prince's quarters. In which case, he might be in on it. Or something else. But like that is where I'm thinking right now. Is that somebody helped the killer in this situation. So, to escape, somebody, I think, unlocked the trapdoor. Or unlocked it for the whoever, who then let the killer out. I think there's a second person. There's an accomplice. Okay. Let me figure out how to get there, though. Okay. thinking. Wait. Here's my next question. Let me read these instructions. She'll meet you at the outer gates. From there, she'll take you through security and into the waiting hall. And then he will call for her to let him in. When his majesty's finished with you, he will call for Mr. Back to let you out. She will then escort you either off the grounds or back to the hall or balcony. Is she the one who's in on it? Let me walk you through this. Okay. This man is here in the waiting hall. But how did he get to the waiting hall? Because in order for him to get into this building, she would have to go out and get him. But if this guy is in a meeting and could call for her to help escort him out at any time, then why is she leaving and meeting a guy at the front? You know what I mean? Like, if she's on standby, why is she going outside to let in the next guest? This is where I'm thinking. Because, and then, if you go here, this guy's like... Wait, not him. Well, look who's dashing off as soon as their section's been recorded. And then that's this guy. So, if he is the first sentinel... And they're all just like, well, his meeting's over, so I guess he's leaving. He's leaving. So you're saying there's a meeting in between? Oh, she doesn't think there's anyone in there. There is no guest. I'm following the orders he gave me when his last meeting ended. He stated he will tell us when he's ready. I'm not to disturb him. Something doesn't add up. If the sentinel killed him, then His Highness did not tell her anything. Which means she helped him escape. Let's go look at this scene again. Okay. We're talking about, like, after... Okay, the killer moved the body. So he was working on cutting this. And then they killed him and brought him over here. Okay. You can tell there was a meeting because they have 2 cups. Can I just try it? I have to pee. Wait, I very suddenly had to pee. I'm so sorry. I have to pee right now. Sorry, I was like, what is this sensation? Sudden peak. It happened so quickly. Who is the first sentinel? Is that one person's rank and we don't know their identity? Yes. But we don't know their identity, so it says first sentinel, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the person in there is who the meeting was supposed to be with. Does that make sense? There's also a thing here, which I think is for him to be like, bzz, bzz, hey lady, don't let another guy in. Dead guy Sama. Okay, let me look. I think it's the first sentinel though, because they brought in the gift. And then as he was like placing the gift on the table and he was editing, he took this, walked over. And then they moved the body here. To escape, somebody opened the trap door and I don't think that makes sense. Unlocked the trap door and opened it for wait. Hold on. I think this is the window. Everyone is sus. Oops. What if it was like Becca unlocked the window and opened it for First Sentinel? Wait, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Hold on, hold on. Okay, hold on. Because, hold on, let me see. It's locked from the inside. That doesn't mean it wasn't at some point unlocked and then relocked. Are there more things we can ask? No. The trapdoor is unlocked. Okay, but the thing that I think is weird is the curtain. Why is the curtain in the trash? which is why I feel like the escape is the window, not the trapdoor. But the curtain is underneath the dagger, so why is that? Because they moved the body in the curtain, but then it still left a blood trail. Either way. Why would they just toss it in there? This could still be true. Hold on. Huh, okay. Who is the accomplice? Okay, hold on. Let me get my water. What if it was Becca? This is very misleading. Hold on. I feel like the way this is worded is really confusing me. Like, this name has to be somebody who, the accomplice. Like, because whoever the accomplice is let the killer out. Like, so they are not the killer, basically. Are we sure this isn't right? Oops. I think we've done this and it said it was wrong. Oops. I just need to think about this. Some thought? Sure. As long as you don't actually know the answer and are just telling me. If you're thinking about it, then you can. This is what I had originally. Okay. The errors are sus. Like, the girl is like mad about her speech being changed, and Zarek's just like, don't worry, I'm next in line. So I don't think they have love for their dad, but I kind of thought it was him because of the layout of the place, but I'm still figuring this out. Like, wait, let me think. Okay, let me think. What and who was the tea and snack used for? Well, he had meetings all day. My tummy hurts. I thought I had to pee, but now I feel like it just hurts. What does she have in her hands? A glass. He has a snack. He edited out all my best turns of phrase and replaced them. So that means that she saw or heard his new speech as he's editing it. I feel like what they're saying, it could be that they did something, but it's not damning either. If we know an expected guest, we can rule them out because they wouldn't need a secret exit. Totally. And I think that, like, they know that he was in the room, the Sentinel was in the room because he's like, leaving already. He got what he wanted, he's out. And she's just like, what the fuck? Let's try it. Okay. Oops. Ugh. How did she know who's cutting her parts? Well, yeah, that's why I was like, if she was in there. But let's look at her more. Let me think. Ugh. Locked from the inside. The trapdoor is unlocked. I mean, somebody put the chair over the door. So somebody was in there and put it on top before. Like, it's not like someone snuck out and then someone put a chair there mysteriously. So that's the other thing. I'm gonna stretch while I do this. My body is feeling weird. Okay. Hold on. Hold on a second. Back up, thank you for leaving stretch. I'm so tired. Okay. Let's hold on. Next question. So, okay. Stab him. Throw the dagger on top of this curtain? The curtain is what's getting me. Why the curtain? Because it was hanging here. What was the purpose for grabbing the curtain and bringing it here? My only thought was to then move the body, but it doesn't actually stop the blood trail. At the same time, whoever is the killer, he very easily turned his back on them, which is also an additional, like, it could be the sibling or the kid. I'm following the orders His Highness gave me when his last meeting ended. He clearly stated he will tell us when he is ready. I'm not to disturb him until then. It could be the prince. The prince was the meeting right before. The window is an escape route. Well, because they just need someone to lock it behind them. It says it's locked from the inside. So if somebody unlocked it, let somebody in, locked it again. I was gonna switch out for in, but this is about the escape plan, not the sneaking in plans. This is for the escape specifically, right? Was he editing with headphones? No. Huh. I think. I could fall asleep right now. Maybe we should just try some stuff. I'm a little nervous that these words are also not like are off base, and that's what's tripping me up. Oh. Guard cabinet door. Notice to enter or leave unless ushered by Mrs. S. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. We need to figure this out. I need to move on from this. All right. We're stuck on this first puzzle way too long. We need to zoom out. We need to not think about. Sorry. I got so enthusiastic. I unplugged my headphones. And the volume just wasn't into the mic. Sorry. I was too excited. I was flinging my arms a boot. Okay. All right. All right, chat, you ready? Let's think about this. Okay. As Blue Tree, Manzek, edited his speech. Someone killed him with the dagger from the statuette. And then they moved the body. I assume the word is moved. Is there another word that fits that better? The killer drank the body. Called the body, opened the body, followed the body, moved the body, looted, unlocked. Yeah, so it's moved the body. Okay. Only looted. All right. I mean, it could be looted, but could it? To escape? To escape. All right, here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna start over on this one because it's just too confusing. Those words I put in don't necessarily have to be right, so it's a little confusing. Okay. To escape. Somebody looted. I feel like unlocked and opened and locked are the only three that works, but it is about the escape specifically. Yeah, looted makes sense in that context, but I don't see that body having been looted. Like, what would they have looted? There's nothing on him. So that's why I don't know if it's looted. I don't have any clues to encourage looted being the correct word here. Doesn't mean it's not it, but I just don't have any reason to believe. Okay. To escape, somebody, I think it's either the trapdoor or the window is what we're talking about here. So somebody did something to one of those and drank it, edited it, played it, recorded it. Chair is also not an option because of the chair on top of the trapdoor. But then also here, I just assumed it was let the killer out or let the killer in. But it's about an escape, which is why I think it's let the killer out. Does anything else feel better there? It could be locked the killer out. Or locked them in, but I think that everybody's accounted for, so I think. But this could also be some other bad guy from one of the other parts of the game pretending to be the first sentinel. Followed, it could be followed. But somebody unlocked the window and opened it for... But then I don't know what floor we're on. The first floor. I think we're just on the first floor because there's an exit right there. I think. But we don't know that for sure. No, we're not because there's a balcony. We're on the second floor. There's the balcony. Oh, I need to go look at the map. Eep. Balcony. They are here. The hall. They have to go into the hall, which then goes into... So they're over here. They go into the hall. They would go here, the King's Cabinet. So they're standing right over here, that balcony. But the trapdoor, we don't know where it goes. Isn't it also the most obvious? Okay. I'm following the orders His Highness gave me when his last meeting ended. His last meeting would have been... Because here's the other thing. I think I maybe talked about this already, but I'm going to bring it up again. If there is a meeting schedule, and Becca has the schedule, wouldn't she have known? So it's after the first Sentinel. Okay. And then as far as she knows, he's alone. Unless she's an accomplice. But I think the first Sentinel is somebody related to the bad guys in this game. Like in the overall game. I think they... Especially because he has this. So I think they went to him. They scared him somehow. I don't know. I wish I knew more about this trap door and where it led to. So I think whoever did this had to sneak in and out. If they snuck in through the window, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this puzzle either. I don't feel like I have context clues here. Like, it could just be so many different things. So I'm trying to narrow down clues that would make it more specific. But I don't understand why the curtain was used and taken all the way over here and thrown away. Why did they do that? Oops. Oh, yeah. And then why would they move the body? Like, why did it come from here to here? Okay, let me ask a bunch of questions, and maybe this will help us out. Okay, why did these killers do any of these things? Why did they tear down the curtain? Why did they throw the curtain and all the evidence very obviously in this trash can? Why did they move his body? Like, there is no window into this door. Why could they not have left the body where they killed him? Right? Why did they feel that need? Because it's either just sloppy, but there has to be a reason why they did any of this. What if I don't want to be smarter? And then they threw away the curtain before the murder weapon. Why? Wait. Okay. Wait, here's my thought. I don't know if this is going to solve the riddle, but here's another thought I just realized. Why are these chairs not matching? This sounds like this chair matches this chair and therefore should be at the table. But so he was sitting in this big chair over here when he was writing his speech, I think is what the situation is. And then someone came behind him and shanked him, right? So then what? They picked up the chair and moved it here? But why? Is it so that they could sneak in because he was in the way of, maybe they wanted to re-edit the speech? What is this? Like, I don't know what that is telling me, but it's weird, right? Why are the chairs not matching? This is the motive, right? She said, the daughter said that he has been editing it. But I think... So let me see. Here's the section I have prepared for your speech. The day Lemurians shy away from bold decisions, we are finished as a society. That is why the orders I have given recently do not disturb me. Until I tell you I'm ready to end our struggle for unity, you must all embrace it. Why resolve? What did she say was in her speech? The old fart edited out all my best turns of phrase and replaced them with played out cliche. My section's going to sound pathetic because she wrote part of it. He'll be fine-tuning and recording the sections of the speech they have each written. So all of the people in his meeting are advisors on his speech. Every one of them edited a different part of his speech. This line is very strange. Okay. I know. We can do it. We can do it. The chairs are a good point. The blood pattern fits that. Right side of the point he would sit, dragged backwards with the chair, rotated to fit the table. Yeah, so... Which then also lines like, afterwards the killer moved the body, right? To escape, someone... It's the escape that we need to figure out. It still doesn't explain why the curtain has moved. They moved the body to do what? To edit the... Okay, I almost said podcast. To edit this speech better. They moved... That's just their names, okay. And the person he was with before was this guy, who clearly did not drink any tea. They did not come here to socialize. They came here to threaten him with this, I assume. But who's the accomplice? Let me read this again. When His Majesty is finished with you, he will call for Mrs. Shabak to let you out. She will then escort you either off the palace grounds if you are not attending the celebration, or back to the hall or balcony if you are. Where is the list? She takes them to the back. She took Prince Zarek to the back. For a sentinel, she walked out. So if she walked them out, there was a period of time where nobody was manning the door. So I wonder if he had anything to do with it. Hold on. Hold on. What am I thinking? I think that there has to be 2 people in this room when he gets murdered. Like 2 other people in the room. Somebody sets up the scene, like unlocks all the things that need to be unlocked. But then they both need to get out. Wait, why would someone wanting to leave need to be let out? Well, so I think there has to be 2 people in the room. Somebody who came in. Because, wait, okay, how do I explain this? Because as far as Becca knows, the king is alone. However, there needs to be at least 2 people in the room in order to pull off whatever this is. And also, it looks like there's 2 based on how it's worded, right? So that means 2 people had to sneak into the room. So one thought I had is maybe because he's the son, he could fake do the intercom and be like, all right, Becca, I'm done. But actually the king's already dead. So that was one thought. My second thought is that maybe he, first in line as an heir, could have already unlocked stuff, then left. And then whoever came in next did whatever they had to do and left. But I'm not sure about that because they'd have to leave. Well, they'd have to leave. Well, like, what if somebody was in here and they unlocked this and moved the chair so that whoever could sneak in? And then after the thing is done, they leave through the trap door, which is why it's unlocked, because no one knew it is locking it. But then someone has to put the chair on top, so it doesn't actually make sense. I Chihuahua. And I still don't know the answer about the curtain. I still don't understand why the curtain is where it is. And it's a second story window. So that's the other thing. Who is sneaking into the second story window? Oof. Hmm. Bro, I have no idea. I can't believe we're only playing this game for 2 hours and it's taking the whole 2 hours to solve puzzle number 1. Am I stupid? What am I missing? What am I not understanding about this scenario? To escape, somebody... Oh. So, okay. Let's imagine... This is hard. I'm missing dried mango. Oh, you're so right. Okay, so let's say you... as far as she knows... Let me see. His last meeting ended. So, as far as she knows, unless she's the accomplice, he is alone. So, if you're gonna kill this guy, you have to sneak in. Then you kill him, then you have to sneak out. Right? That's the situation. If it's a locked door scenario, who controls the door? Becca. Which is why originally I thought she was the accomplice. But... no one enters or leaves unless she's with them. If you must leave your post, someone has to cover for you. Keep close eyes on the visitors waiting in the hall. So if she says he's alone in there, he would be able to corroborate because he watched her walk somebody out. She says the meeting's over. So as far as they're both... like, how would she one-up him on that if he watched also? So that's why I think it's possible that she went in and unlocked something, but she couldn't have helped escape the, like, in part of this answer. Oh! And why move the body? There is no door option. Like, they didn't just let whoever... like, there's no option to say that someone just let them out normal. Here's a thought. Perhaps somebody took the curtain so that they wouldn't be covered in blood as well. Because we don't see anybody covered in blood, you know what I mean? So maybe they took, oh my god, the curtain as like, you know, from, it was a Patrick Bateman. Wearing the like tarp, like the plastic covering to not get covered in blood. Yeah, the phrasing of this last part is so weird to me that I keep getting thrown off. Someone could just be let out. Well, that's what I originally had here. But what's confusing is that the way it's worded makes it seem like this is the killer, this is the accomplice, because then they let the killer do something. So they're not these two names then sounds like they have to be different. But yeah, the curtain. So if they take the curtain, wrap it around themselves, to then what? Pretend like they're still the sentinel? So if the sentinel leaves, could somebody still come in and act as though they're the sentinel because the pattern's similar? And then be like, Pcha! And then toss it with the blood stain on it from the splatter. But they still had to come in somehow. There couldn't be anyone in the rooms after. Exits are, yeah. So the trapdoor is the only thing I can think of, because how do you escape through a second floor window without anyone noticing, right? And it's a second floor at least, because they have a balcony. So it could even be higher than that as far as we know. The trapdoor has the chair, but if somebody else was in here, then that'd be a different story. It is a locked room situation here, because this is locked, so they can't have left and then had it locked. The disc. The killer left as part of the ceremony. Well, that's why I thought it was the sentinel who came in. But there has to still be a second person in the room at that time, because if the sentinel killed him, he can't leave until on the intercom, the king says, Becca, you can take him out now. No one disturbed me after this. So somebody would still have to be the voice for him. And Becca's not going to come in, see his dead ass. Although he is hiding behind the chair. But there's blood here. Does that make sense? Because then that's why I'm like, maybe it's the son, because he could, maybe his voice or something could be similar, but I don't know that for sure. There's recording of him. Oh, you're right. And the microphone is right by the intercom, huh? Okay, let me think about that. I think that's probably correct, but now how do I use that to solve who the killer is? So something is still not correct here. He did play out the recording, but then who is the accomplice? That's really good, though. It's really good. To escape, first sentinel unlocked the trap door and opened it. Why is this worded so strangely? This doesn't make sense, but this doesn't make any sense. But I don't think it's gonna be very strange. Because I thought it would be the trapdoor, but Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, okay, okay. I really have to leave after we solve this. It's already time for me to go. Okay, okay, okay. Afterwards the killer moved the body to escape. First Sentinel edited the speech and played it for Becca, who then let the killer... I think these two words are wrong. The reason I said followed is because if he plays it but then says, "Oh, I'm ready to leave," then she would have followed him out, like out. Does that make sense? Thank you for watching. Just like quizzically. I wonder what I look like when I'm thinking. I wonder if it's embarrassing. I don't think this is correct. Okay, hold on. No, that's not right. I realized. I was like, this sounds too correct. There's no way this is anything else. And then I remembered there's one splice on the recording, and that splice, as we've discovered, is the First Sentinel splice, which means that the king was not editing, in fact. He was just normal recording. Because he didn't splice anything. He wasn't editing. That's how we got there. I don't have a bad focus face. Okay, fantastic. Very quizzical. Oh my god. That's why there's only one red point on the tape. Yeah. Exactly. Was not editing, in fact. Oh my god. That really was a challenge. Okay. The guy got. Okay. The First Sentinel was able to get a dagger past security because it formed part of his gift for the king. After killing the royal and moving the body, the First Sentinel hastily mopped up most of his blood with a curtain. I know, I was like, yeah, either was wearing it or he used it to clean. Anyways, He did a bad job cleaning, though, because there was still blood. Whatever. That's why he had to move him, though, because how was he going to edit if this guy was in the way? Okay. He then edited the recording of the king reading the speech segment he had written so that it said, "We are finished. Do not disturb me until I tell you I am ready." On hearing this over the speaker system, the usher escorted the killer out without suspecting anything. Hey! We solved one entire puzzle. That's crazy. The Dalmatian killer. That's more. That's more. Wait, I just want to know what this is. Okay. Ash, intelligence agency. This fucking buff turkey returns. More stream content. I know, that's true. It's actually probably a good thing that we did this today, so then when we do our next stream, we can go through the rest of them and not spend 2 hours on one thing. We could just go into the other ones. Okay. Monitoring a Lemurian technological progress, confidential. Just kidding, not confidential. Background, around 800 BC, Head Guardian Trifle Ozol ordered the burning down of universities and libraries throughout Lemuria. His goal was to restrain technological advancement, which had spiraled out of control with At the same time, the Lemurian Empire's various territories united under the current flag. To reflect this, they also adopted the following national motto. After the inferno, oh my god, only one shall rise, bearing the mark of the universe. That's so emo. Because of the information lost during this period, the modern population is largely ignorant of this history. Many believe the motto to be an ancient spiritual prophecy. Oh! Oh my god. I want to look, but I know we should wait. I know it would be better if we wait. But I want to know. But I'll wait. Is that Ash from Deluxe City? Whoa! You want to take a peek? Shall we peek? Eternity's end. A spiritual leader meets an unexpected fate. I want to know! I just want to see. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no, I'm collecting words. How do I restart? Reset. Oh. I just wanted to see. Click nothing. Oh my god, who is this guy? Who are all these buff people? What happened to you? Oh my god. Well, we're not gonna find out today. Time to go. Sneak peek. Alright, that was great. That was frustrating, but really great. As this game is, you know, that's usually how that goes.